What's up, Kiki crew? This is your girl Coco, and welcome to another episode of Kiki and with Coco. If you are new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's about life in general with an emphasis on relationships. I have my friends, guests, or experts come on the show, and we kiki about whatever the topic of the day is. Um, so this is actually a celebratory episode. And I told y'all were gonna get more solo episodes from me. So we getting a solo episode today. And the reason this is a celebratory episode is this is my 100th episode. I can't believe I have 100 episodes up under my belt. Like, y'all have really took something I just wanted to do as a hobby and just something to do productive with my time and share my thoughts with people, engage with people. Y'all have heard me cry with people on this show. Y'all have heard some of the things I have gone through in my life. Y'all have laughed with me. Like, I'm feeling really grateful to have the Kiki crew as a support for me. It's definitely helps, even though I've taken time off the past year and a half or more to just kind of deal with personal stuff. Y'all have definitely been a support to me, so I want to say thank you. So not only is this is actually my anniversary month as well. So this will be 4 years since Kiki this month. So an anniversary episode is to come. But, this will be my 4 years since the very first episode of Kiki and with Coco. Transitions have happened throughout the course of this show, but I definitely think they have been for the better, and it wouldn't have been for y'all. Like, if y'all did not keep encouraging me, tuning in every week, I would have let this show probably die. So yes, very grateful for y'all. This is also Black History Month, so I am going to start this episode off with a little Black history fact. So I'm sure you guys are aware of who Shirley Chisholm is, but like I said, I'm just going to give you a little fact, and if you didn't know, you learned something new today. But Shirley Chisholm was an American politician. She became the first Black woman to be elected into the United States Congress in 1968. She represented New York's 12th congressional district from 1969 to 1983. So that just says that the people liked her, and she did a great job during that time that she served as a congresswoman. So, yes, Black people doing it, carrying it on our shoulders like we always do. But Netflix is also doing a movie on Shirley Chisholm. I think it comes out at the end of March. It definitely should have came out this month. But, they're doing it. They're giving us the movie, and they're giving us the movie, and it'll be out the end of March. And a big part of her career was entering into different political organizations, bringing on more people of color to be a part of those organizations, and to, of course, bring equality amongst the people. And I think that's always, like, even today, we're still striving for equality and groups of minorities that are not being heard. Black people, of course, are still struggling to be treated decently. We have, of course, other than Black people, like our brown sisters and brothers who are also fighting for equality. I don't talk much about the LGBTQ community just because I am not fully versed on a lot of things that go on in their community. And I don't like to speak on things that I don't necessarily know, but I know they are also a group of minority people who are fighting for equality. And so I think as we move forward through the month, or just as we move on in general, we definitely take a look at how we interact with people other than people that look like us, and just take a stand for what is right. And now that, I've given you a little bit of a history fact, I want to get into the drink with cocoa this week. And so the drink with cocoa this week is called a blackberry whiskey sour. And y'all know I am a dark drinker, so this is definitely something that will be of preference for me. But what is entailed in this drink is 2 ounces of bourbon, 1 ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of simple syrup, half an ounce of orange liqueur, and then you want to garnish it with blackberries. So I can't wait to try this drink out, share it with y'all, and then of course when y'all see me on social media, go ahead, try the drink out for yourself. And when you do, hashtag drink with cocoa. Drink with hashtag drink with cocoa, hashtag Kiki with cocoa, so that I know y'all are out here trying these drinks with me. And so now that we have discussed this drink, we're gonna get into the word on the street. So we started off the episode with a little Black history fact, and then California is pushing a bill for legislation in the state of California to give reparations. And of course, I think more states should be more like them. I think the U.S. government as a whole should put some emphasis on providing reparations for African Americans, just because we are the backbone of this country. We may be a minority, but we have given a lot. Our ancestors have sacrificed a lot, just to get us to where we are today. And of course, we are still fighting. But the state of California is definitely trying to right a wrong. And I definitely look forward to seeing what they do with this legislation. But pretty much they are going to implement reparations. But what they said is that reparations means more than just giving money. It's to repair. And so they want to focus on things like education, civil rights, criminal justice reform, healthcare, and businesses, which I think everybody can relate to these topics. But I think this is where the African American community is disenfranchised, because civil rights have been annihilated. There have been times where we couldn't vote. And so I think, or, just even being beaten or hosed or dogs put on you because you want something as a basic right. Education, like being in lower class economies or areas, not economies, but just lower class areas, and not receiving the same amount of funding that is required to make us competitive with our white counterparts. Business, I think a lot of Black people today are putting more emphasis on being their own bosses. And I think receiving some type of push from the government to become a successful business would definitely be a benefit. And so ultimately, this reparations bill will be able to put more money in our pockets. It just not coming in the form of a lump sum of money like we would like to want. But I think this is a step in the right direction. The governor is intended or will provide an apology on behalf of the state of California for the part that they play in enslaving people against their will. So, like I said, that is a step in the right direction, and I am very much so looking forward to see what that looks like, how that encourages other states to also implement something like this. And I think it would set the stage for the country as a whole to look into how they can also do this on a grander scale, a bigger scale. So be on the lookout for that. So speaking of our brown sisters and brothers, we are all familiar with Selena Quintanilla. She was a Latino artist who was able to cross over into American mainstream music, and unfortunately her life ended because of a dispute with someone that worked for her. And I'm sure y'all all seen the movie, so I ain't gotta give you like all the details, but pretty much Yolanda Saldivar, who was the employee that worked for her, who ultimately is the person who ended her life, is up for parole in 2025, and she is currently serving a life sentence. I didn't know you could get parole when you serving life. If you on life, that's your fate. Accept your fate. Like, just take it. But she is up for parole, and she has been working with Oxygen, the network Oxygen, to do a docuseries on basically sharing her side of the story, and just basically saying that she was basically Selena's secret keeper, and there is more to how her death played out than we know. And of course, there are always two sides to a story, but honestly, whatever the details are, they were not publicized initially, and ultimately you did end up still ending someone's life. So you should still be punished or held accountable for what you did. But then when I think about this docuseries, like, who cleared this? Who cleared this? Selena's family wouldn't even let her husband release their love story. So how is this being released? Like, did they authorize it? Is she just doing it on her own? Is there a possible lawsuit that could come from her family because of this? I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, like, stay in prison. You should die in prison. You did what you did. Give your little story, but parole should not be granted. And that's just my opinion. But who am I? And so, as we talk about stars, Selena, she was definitely a star, definitely gone too soon. I think her career could have definitely just progressed to something super amazing because, like I said, she was able to cross over from being a Latin artist to being a pop artist. And, you know, I be singing her songs all the time to myself, but that's neither here nor there. And so, moving on into more entertainment news, Kandi Burruss. I love me some Kandi. Kandi can't do no wrong in my eyes, but she is from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she is finally leaving the show after 14 seasons. As much as I love her, I definitely think it's time that she goes. Now, what I will say, she is the definition of using your platform to get ahead. Like, my girl went from not having anything after Escape, like having a little something because she was smart with her money, but like not really having no gig for real after leaving the group Escape, to writing songs with Tiny, who was her group member in Escape, to winning a Grammy for writing No Scrubs for TLC, to literally being a household name. She got on Real Housewives of Atlanta and she literally got to the bag. Like, my girl done started hella businesses. She still has, not had. She has Bedroom Candy. She is a Broadway producer. She has restaurants. Now, I will say them restaurants a little, like, but she doing it. And people is going. Because why? It's candy. People in Atlanta don't eat them. They getting their money off them tourists. But yes, she has said she is leaving the show. She basically has other projects, but I'm not surprised. She can't sit idle. She don't know how to just sit down. And I mean, when you get into that money, like, you gonna do what you gotta do. So that's what she's doing. She's gonna focus her energy on the other things that she has going on. And I genuinely think it's for the best. Like, she's not really in any drama. She's very neutral. And when she is in drama, it kind of just be like, y'all just starting shit to be starting shit at this point, because that is very irrelevant. So yeah, she is leaving the show. But she did shed some light on the Grammy process. So basically, of course, the Academy is based on people in the entertainment industry. And what she said is that there is a secret committee. So basically, the regular committee will make their votes on whatever, the people in the category. Once those votes are cast, the top 5 get sent to the secret committee. And then basically, you just have to choose from those 5 who in that category is going to win. And so she was saying, sometimes you get the list or the top 5 in the categories and you don't know nobody in the category. So then you kind of just going off of who is popular, things like that. And it's surprising to me that if that is the way the votes are cast, how has our girl Beyonce not won album of the year? She has won, like, they'll do like little subcategory album of the year, like a R&B album of the year or an alternative album of the year. But then there is an overall, like, out of all the categories, all the albums, there is one that reigns supreme. And out of all the awards she has received, how has her name not made it to the top 5 in these lists for the secret committees? And that's where I think there are some biases. Like, I've heard people say, well, she's won too many awards. What the hell that mean? What the hell do that mean? That means she can't be awarded for having the best album because she won all the other awards? What type of fooly-wangery? Like, cut it out. Like, granted, yes, there are other people who could have good albums. There really are. And Beyonce is one of those artists that everybody listens to. The black people listen to her. White people listen to her. Gay people listen to her. Like, everybody listens to her. And then this year, Taylor Swift won Album of the Year. I'm sorry, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. And I'm not saying that I am the end all when it comes to these types of things. But when I say there are other white artists who have reached me, and this is gonna take it back, but Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, like these Pink, these are the non-black artists that I have listened to, and I could probably sing the album cover to cover or know all the words to their singles. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I couldn't tell you no Taylor Swift songs. So it's kind of just like, how is this the album of the year when I don't think her audience is very well rounded? And I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all out here listening to Taylor Swift, excuse me. But from the people that I know personally, we ain't sitting around listening to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift come out with an album, and you know, it. I wouldn't be like, "Ooh, I gotta go listen to that Taylor Swift album," you know. So it's just kind of like how it's got to be some type of popularity competition, and I think I love the fact that Jay-Z got up there during his award acceptance for the Dr. Dre Impact, what's it called? The Global Impact Award. And he took time away from his moment to speak on behalf of his wife. And to me, that is what taking up for your wife in a public setting looks like. When you're on that grand of a scale, that's where you should be showing up for your person. You know what I'm saying? And I think he did it gracefully. I don't think he was obnoxious with what he said. And I love how both of them I think speak up about injustices and biases within the entertainment community, and just things going on in the Black community in general, or just being positive figures in our communities. And I think that, like I said, I think he did it very gracefully and tastefully. It wasn't disrespectful, but it was just facts. And I think they have gotten to a point in their career where they have paid their dues. They are in the upper echelon. They are in the rooms with the people. So they can actively speak their truth and speak up for what is right without people feeling a type of way about it. And I know some people on the social medias was like, but when Kanye did it, Kanye wasn't even talking when he made his outburst. He literally interrupted somebody else speaking to hype Beyonce up, and I appreciate it because I'm part of the Beehive. But I think it's all in the way you do things. It's how you say things. It's how you do things. It's not what you said. It's how you did it and how you said it. That is the difference. And that's where I need us to think about the shit we be saying. It's not what you said. It's how you said it and how you did it that makes it come off a certain type of way. And so, like I said, I think Jay-Z did it very well. I think he did it very gracefully. And yeah, I think that I just love how he took that moment, and he could have relished in his own moment, but he took the time out to do that for his wife, and I love that for them. I think more men should be like them. And then when we speak about just other artists who ended up winning awards at the Grammys this year, and normally I don't do like a whole segment or a whole show on like entertainment, but this is just how this episode ran, like it's just what I wanted to do today. And then in other Grammy, news, Killer Mike won 3 Grammys that night, but then was shortly arrested. Not necessarily, it looked like he was being arrested, but I think he got arrested, detained. We'll say detained. He got detained for getting into it with someone at the Grammys, but I think they could have waited until afterwards to do their little one too. But I mean, to go back into the, we still fighting for equality in certain spaces. And, even celebrities are not, I think that just goes to show you that even celebrities are not exempt from, the same things that regular folk is going through. Victoria Monet, when I say like I am happy for her, because like I've listened to her music before, and I've honestly liked the songs prior to this album that I listened to. I really, really like them. Like they resonate with me. And so, but this album, like I literally listened to this album multiple times, back to like front to back, and on a regular basis. And so I am happy that she won R&B album of the 2024 best R&B album. But there go them categories. Best R&B album, not album of the year. Best R&B album. So there's that. Lil Durk and J. Cole won a Grammy for Best Melodic Rap. Coco Jones won. And I think the girls are doing, they did they big ones this year. And I am, SZA won a Grammy. Like, I'm here for the girls, People actually looked really decent on the red carpet. Like, if I had to pick my favorite look on the red carpet, it would probably be, and crazy enough, that the person I am choosing my favorite look from is Kat Graham. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I liked her dress so much, but I really did. And the reason I say I don't know why I like her dress so much is because I am a very simple, very basic person when it comes to dressing. Like, first off, I like black. That's just number one. I like black. So I like all black. I'm not one for shoulder pads. Like, I'm like the artsy looks. I personally would not wear them. I probably would not wear this look that Kat Graham has on. But I think that like the structure of it, like there is a silhouette, like you can see her shape, but then the cape of it, how it comes across the shoulders, like I just really like that look. I don't think I could wear it just because I am shorter than some, So certain things I just can't picture it in my mind, because then I feel like it would just make me look frumpy. So that wouldn't be the look for me. But I really like this. It's all white. It's sleek. I think that's what it is. It's sleek. It's a sleek look, and I really like that. My least favorite, I would probably have to say, is Doja Cat. And she just give me weird vibes. Like, something is not all there. This looks like something she had in the closet and was like, let me throw this on. The angle of the picture that they gave is giving diaper booty. Like, I hate to, speak ill on someone's physical appearance, but to me, that was not award show worthy. And I know everybody got their own looks. Cool. She be a little on the grungy side. And that's what it's giving. It's giving grungy, trying to be chic, but not really. So yes, that, I don't like it. I don't like it. And that's just that. Beyonce, I liked her outfit. It wasn't anything to write home about, honestly. I've seen her definitely, she put it on. She gonna look good in whatever she put on. But, and it's just her own style. But I wouldn't have chosen this outfit to wear for the Grammys. Even though the Grammys is low-key nothing to her. I just definitely think she could be, I just would have expected something else from her. I'll say that. So I'm done talking about, the Grammys and all the girls. On another note, as like y'all have seen this show go through some changes. This season, I think, is just more personal to me, just because of how the past year and a half has gone for me. So it's a lot more personal, and I want to have more of my friends on the show, just so we can discuss like where we are, how we got here, and just how I have coped with some of the things that I have gone through, and how I came to some of the conclusions I've come to. And when I took, like, I be tired when I get off from work. Like, I feel brain dead when I get off from work. But, you know, I think because the things going on in my personal life are just going so well for me at this time. Like, I feel like I am progressing spiritually, emotionally, and to me, those are the two things. Socially as well. But I think the main one for me right now is definitely the spiritual aspects of my life that is growing. Like, I've always grown up knowing God, and but you know, as you get older, I'm not gonna say you stray away, but it's just not at the forefront of your everyday life. And so I have made it a point to be more proactive at reading my Bible, taking notes, reading sermons. Like, I've started a Bible study group since I've moved to Turkey, and like, actually me being the person, and maybe this could just be me wanting to be in control, but we're not gonna go there, you know. But I'm actually doing lesson plans or giving out the topics for what we should be learning, and it's like such a different environment for me to do this with people who are in the same space that I am, like trying to grow spiritually. And so, yes, we have bumps and hurdles, but just being able to talk out what I'm going through with my people, and correlate it to scripture. It's just something different about doing that. And I get very excited about Bible study because I get to commune with my people. And so I read this scripture. So today is Tuesday. The show is going to air tomorrow on Wednesday. So this is very relevant. But the Bible scripture that I read today, my friend Chastity, she's been on the show before. She had actually sent this because so many of my friends are really like taking spirituality very seriously, and I love it. Like, I love knowing that the people amongst me, the people I communicate with on a regular basis, are pouring into me spiritually, and vice versa. But she sent like a devotional with a scripture, but the scripture. So I be taking a lot of these like rando things out of the episodes because I just be like, I don't need y'all to see like how I be. But, you know, I'm gonna leave these in here today because, you know, it's just where I'm at right now. I'm feeling very open. But the scripture was Proverbs 13:20. And it said, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. And that could not be more true. Like, when you are amongst people who are like-minded people. So like I said, the majority of the people I hang with are like-minded in our spiritual journey, and we can, you know, bounce things off of each other and help each other from a different standpoint. But it's like sometimes you have people come into your life, and they just not be what you need. You know, you try and be a light for others in certain instances, and sometimes it just don't work out that way. But, you know, and sometimes those situations can cause harm. And so this is not going to be a long episode. I think this is where I'm going to cut it. But that's what I want to leave y'all with. Something to think about. Something to think about. Proverbs 13:20. Think about that. And that's where I'm at right now. You know, just growing spiritually, dropping gems, doing what I do, being obedient. Cause baby, I ain't always been obedient. And I'm still working on the obedience part because, I've still been drinking. But since the new year, I've not drank as much. I did a 10-day fast. I'm just going to say a 10-day fast. I'm not going to say I did the Daniel fast because that's for 21 days, and I did not do that. But I followed the parameters of Daniel's fast for 10 days. No alcohol, no bread, no fats, no meat, no sugar, no nothing. Basically, it's just a plant-based diet. So I ate a lot of beans, brown rice, and it's crazy because younger me, when I thought about eating healthy, beans was not a part of that equation. But now that I'm older, like, I also understand the benefits of beans, but beans actually taste good. So beans were incorporated into those eating habits during that time. But basically, the Daniel fast is not eating for pleasure but eating for sustenance. I only drink water, no caffeine, and I drink Red Bull or coffee every day. So that first day I really felt like death, but I made it 10 days, and I actually decided, like, well, anytime I go on a fast where I'm not eating meat, I always start back off just eating seafood. Like, I've been eating chicken and beef, but very, very sparingly, but more so just fish and shrimp and, seafood. That's what I've been eating. I've gone to the gym. I make sure I drink at a minimum 80 ounces of water a day. So, like, just genuinely making changes, positive changes, not too drastic but positive, being mindful of what I eat, not overdoing it on the cheat days. So that's where I'm at right now, just trying to live an overall better life. But yes, being obedient is where I'm at right now. And like I said, I'm leaving you with Proverbs 13 and 20. So, if y'all have some Bible scriptures that y'all would like to share with me, share. Sharing is caring. But as always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for the continuous encouragement. And so until next time, bye.